Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd for our What If episode 9 stream, or as I like to affectionately call it, the What the Fuck Did I Just Watch stream. Yito, welcome back. See, you're already in here.
Man, it's like we just saw you like yesterday, a few minutes ago.
I feel that way too because we did in our last stream. So, what the fuck? I mean, what if episode 9 is going to be recapped today by the amazing and talented Jet Groove? But before that, please like and subscribe, and please check out Joe from Joe's a Geek Show's channel and like and subscribe. And of course, Jet Groove. His video is also linked in the description. Make sure to subscribe and like and do all the things supported. Yay, down below. All right. So I love that Yuto says that we are ATN Trinity. I think we should probably have a group name now. That's awesome.
The Trinity.
The ATN Trinity. Sounds like a podcast name.
All right, cool.
All right, so get with it, Groove, because I'm not doing it.
All right, this is what happens. Ultron comes in. Watchu's like, shit. So he grabs Strange. Strange is like, I can't do this. Wait a minute. Yes, I can. So then they go off and go to other universes. Click all your favorite friends, except a new one. They got Gamora from a time when her and Stark were taking out Ultron. I mean, sorry, Thanos.
Pegging? Okay, yeah.
Yep. See last video.
At the bottom on there, see last issue. The asterisk. So anyway, they got them together. Like, all right, we need y'all to go off and defeat this Ultron dude. And then there was some quirky banter, whatever. You want to know the team? We got T'Challa, the cool one, Star-Lord style. We got Killmonger because reasons. And then we have Party Thor. We have this Gamora we've never seen an episode of. She's just now here with all this armor on. She's like a badass. And I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter. Thank you. Oh, yes, of course. Captain Carter. Actually,
and eventually we do have Widow.
Yeah, we get another Widow. It happens. But
Mad Max Widow.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what she was.
Yeah, they stopped Captain Carter. Matter of fact, well, we'll go there later. Who cares? Recapping. So they get zapped down. Ultron's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And he's like, they're like, no, you're not. So everybody's doing here shit and they're fighting. And they were like, we gotta get the stones from him. Okay, let's do that. How? Try. So that's what they do. There's no real plan. They just go for it. So like they just go out there, try to steal a stone. The T'Challa is so crafty. He like snatches a stone, only one, whatever, who cares? So he falls down and it's like, oh, we did it. I got a stone. Ultron is like, I'm gonna kill you. You're not gonna do that. And forgot about this. Before they started really fighting, they were drinking first. Go figure. So anyway, I skipped something really important. Sorry. When they were drinking, they were fighting. Strange brought down the zombies to fight him and Zombie Wanda, but that doesn't matter. So anyway, they end up in the universe that he's originally from, where the other Wanda is. Wanda somehow grabs a stone because why wouldn't she? And it's so fucking stupid. Anyway, she's like, "Who are y'all?" We're like, "We're us." "Who are you?" "I'm me." And Carter's like, "I know me." And she's like, "You do?" "Yeah." Hot. And so like as they're bonding, here comes Ultron. Is like, "Yo, y'all making my head hurt." So they're doing this thing right here back and forth again. And they're like, we gotta have a new plan. What's the new plan? Let's try the same plan a second time. Just hit him harder. It's what they do. So this goes down, and then it's like, oh man, we did it. And then Gamora's like, we got this machine here that can destroy the Infinity Stone. And everybody's like, word? It's like, word. So they try to do it. And then they try to destroy the stones. They actually hold them down because Strange is like, I got a whole Pokemon list inside me. I'm not losing. So like I caught 151. You ain't gonna tell me shit. So like they hold him down, and he's like, "No, you can't have my stones. I found them, or I stole them. Who cares?" And they try to destroy him. And Gamora's like, "Oh, my machine's from my universe. They can't destroy the stones from another universe." Damn. So okay, that happens. Like, oh shit. So we don't know what to do. So he's like, you can't beat me. And he puts the stones and then there's like, whatever. And Wanda's like, hey, Carter, nice ass. She's like, you too. Just with the arrow. This is what happens. So Carter's running with her shield and Wanda's running with her shield. With her shield. And she has a bow and arrow. She's like, put the virus in them. Now, I want you to know this makes absolute. We'll get to that later. So anyway, I don't know where she had the new virus from. Who cares? Shoots him with the arrow. Ultron is like, inside his own head. Who's you? Sup? And he like just takes over him with like a cold, basically. It's like
Arnim Zola.
So stupid. So okay. So John was like, and he just falls out like a rag doll. He was like, all right, that's into that. He was like, oh, we can celebrate. And then here comes Killmonger. No, you can't. So Killmonger's like, mine. And then of course, crazy angry German dude was like, 9. Mine. And there's like, we fighting this. And the Stranger's like, we weren't supposed to win in the first place. Absolutely no sense be made, but whatever. So he traps him inside of a dome like he did himself. Because he can just do that on his own. It is whatever. So now they have this new Smash Brothers trophy of them fighting over the stones for all eternity. So a little dome, right? So they're like, y'all done well. Now you can go home. And so everybody goes home. Except for Killmonger, of course. He's stuck, but that's fine. They want to kill him anyway. And then Wanda's like, I can't go back to my world. You're not going to make me. I'm not doing that. And
no, that was like, Natasha, not Wanda.
All right, yeah, sorry. Natasha. I got more confused because they both so angsty. Anyway.
And they both have red hair.
And red hair. Yeah, there you go.
So Natasha was like, I'm not going home. You can't make me do that. He was like, it was a metaphor. There's no door. Like there is no spoon. He's like, oh, I'm here. And I almost said Jim Kelly. Jesus Christ. Nick Cage.
Jim Kelly. Next to Jim Carrey.
Nick Cage.
Nicholas Cage.
Nicholas
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury. Jesus Christ. This is how dumb it is. And then Nick Fury was like, you know,
it would have been better with Nick Cage, actually. But okay, go ahead.
Really
Nick Cage's version of Superman.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, how do you survive the bees? The bees. Anyway, let me stop. All right. Sorry. You get to his part here. My bad, y'all. So he's like, not my Natasha, but you got her spunk. She's like, I know, coach.
Put me in.
Then it was everybody like finishing their little storyline and shooting people and smiling and high-fiving and going on dates and saving Vegas. And then we have a credit roll. Ta-da, That's the whole story.
So there's no difference between and the Crisis on Infinite parody that we do. So I'm just putting that out there. Both incredibly stupid. So we're going to talk about what we thought was pretty stupid. So I want to start with there's no universe where one of the damn Infinity Stones is taken and somebody doesn't use the others to get it back. There's just no universe where that does not fucking happen. But do you know what universe that happened in? Episode 9 of What If with Ultron. So Ultron's like built the hell up right in the last episode, and now he's just like, they took a stone. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sleep. Obviously I need a nap. So that's how I felt with that moment. So what was this moment for you guys? What stood out for you was the most stupid, and what the fuck moment for you and all of this series, but more specifically in this finale?
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start just because there were so many moments that were like, yeah. I mean, it wasn't just jump the shark. It was like, I think I even said that in the last round. It was like jump the freaking Sharknado right onto Octocross or something like that. Well, you imagine last episode, we're watching Ultron just rack through the entire damn universe, just blasting out like the big players, Thanos, Captain Marvel, the whole 9. And then in this episode, just a band of randos. Oh wow, suddenly I can't fight with the dam anymore. They're giving me such a hard time. And like they're just like freaking
they're like the B characters
beating his ass. And I'm like, what?
Oh, man.
Like, you said it yourself. Like, he says it in the episode. I can kill worlds with a freaking thought.
But not this one.
Clearly, that's not a thing here. And then, of course, and then seeing one of the dumbest reasons why Infinity Stones should never work outside their universes. And it's just kind of like watching Doctor Strange use his time stone to counteract the other time stone, and I'm just like, none of this should be working. And now I'm sitting there thinking, yes, Walker, why don't you just go to another universe, grab those freaking stones, and solve the entire problem.
Like, seriously,
I can't get
the
involved.
virus was made by human beings, right?
Oh, Arnim Zola's little mind
Yeah.
thing.
And then you
like,
have
that was, like, the
Ultron.
1950s.
You literally have Ultron envisions effing body with the with the Infinity Stones. But you want me to believe that this virus was more powerful than the Ultron we saw with the Infinity Stones in the last damn episode. Why do you hate us? I don't understand. We're supported. I've spent money at your movies. I purchased the Blu-rays. Why do you hate us? I don't understand. And I don't understand why this was called What If.
You know what? I think Ultron was as surprised as we are. He was like, "Why is this not working?" Because they didn't do their job. That's why it's not working. Like my biggest, and I said it earlier before we started this. My biggest pet peeve out of all of this, and I could forgive it all if not for this one thing. When Gamora had the damn crusher for the fucking Infinity Stones, how? Okay, so it can't crush the stones because the stones are not from the universe in which she made the damn crusher. Okay, all right. Despite all the rules you broke anyway with the Infinity Stone, this is my big problem. Let's say I'm here in Universe A, and I found a doorway to Universe B. Universe B, to me over there, we'll call him Move. Who cares? Move's like, "Hey, Groove, what's up, Move? How you doing? I'm trying to hang up this poster, but I can't. I don't have a hammer for this nail." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I have a hammer because I do. I go and get my basic little wood hammer. Shatters like glass. Oh, I forgot. This is my hammer's from my universe. I can't use my hammer to nail down my universe. It's amazing. Like, it means I can even walk in your air and breathe in here, man. It's not just like as if solid objects don't do what solid objects do.
Well, to be fair, the Infinity Stones are supposed to be working there in the first damn place. So, I mean, I don't understand.
Like, even the fact that the Infinity Stones, I mean, not even just the fact that the Infinity Stones work, it's just that they also act exactly the same as the other stones. So what about their properties are so different that the little freaking, smasher would not work? We didn't see the stones do anything different that we haven't already seen them do. That hasn't already been established.
It's so fucking
annoying. They had aluminum foil wrapped around them.
It's like, oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm partially convinced that for the last few episodes, that Disney was just like, okay, let's give the writers a break, and like, hey CW, hey, could you get some peeps over here real quick?
I think it's very interesting that in all of these episodes, we have not seen a new character introduced into the MCU.
Nope.
So, I mean, all of these multiverses, there's no one new.
No.
Like no one. Mm-mm. Not even new people established in WandaVision or in Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's no one new.
Asking for way too much, Maria.
I mean, they literally took a shit on Tony Stark again. They were like,
"Yeah,
I'm here for you, not you, Tony Stark.
Not you.
You're useless.
You've either been excluded or murdered in every single episode."
Watcher's like, "No, I seen y'all. She's in control. You."
I want the one who pegs, not the one who is pegged.
As Tony's sitting there's like, "Ow, that hurts in more than one way."
I mean, I just the whole, like, I'm telling you, the whole premise of this. I understand that they wanted to make this thing where it was like a mini version of Endgame in a way, where you get to bring all of your plot points all into one place and have this epic battle. The problem is the execution of the battle was non-existent. It was actually highly stupid and a little offensive to most people's intelligence. The Infinity Stones, I mean, I don't understand how they can be paperweights in the TVA, but literally work everywhere else throughout the timeline. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because that even breaks Loki now.
Yeah,
because it's like Loki could just take all of like a collection of stones, go outside of the TVA, and suddenly he's the most powerful being in the universe.
Yep, which makes you wonder why the hell he didn't do that in his series in the first place.
Because he didn't know they had better writers. So
but I mean, hell, just take them as pocket, or take them as souvenirs. These used to be really powerful, and oh shit, they still work. Just like
No, the problem was that Loki didn't want it bad enough. That's why it didn't work.
Is that what it is?
There you go.
Ultron really wanted his silence. I hate this. I hate this on so many levels. It does make me upset.
All of it. And the Watcher, I don't like to break my oath, except I do it a lot. And then, if you read the comics, you see he does it a lot. He gets in trouble all the damn time.
Oh yeah, Water. He
loves the tribunal.
Watcher's like, oh.
Well, what's great is like even at the end of the episode when Widow's just like, "Can you restore my world?" and it's like, "No, I can't interfere, but I can get a collection of like teams together. That's not interfering. I can put you in a reality that was not yours. That's not interfering."
World. Right? Like when he popped her into the new one. Well, they lost their widow, so you can go there. I'm like, but she's dead. So like you just created a problem because her identity is the same fucking identity as the one that died.
Not just that, y'all. Like, did he even account for variations in that version of Widow too? It's just like, what? Like seriously. Well, what if she gets put into this world and what is it? And Widow's sexuality is different. She has a girlfriend or something like that, or she's married, she has kids in this version. Like now this widow's got to deal with whatever life that this previous widow had.
When in Rome.
Rick and Morty to care about that. They just jump universe like, sit up camp here, Morty. I told you can't mess with squirrels, Morty. Like that's just how it works. I don't know.
No, basically Uatu has a certain set of rules that do not make sense in the long run. So that's what we do from that.
Uatu is really literally the doctor of the Time Lord, or the doctor of the Watchers. Like, dude, you keep saying you have all these rules, that you continuously break them at every possible turn. Stop lying. Like,
well, the only thing I did like about this is my mind shipped Carter and Black Widow together because they were literally eye-effing each other through most of this episode. Like, honestly, it was very interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely a moment where I'm just kind of like, I wonder if they're going to go down that route. But then it's just like, oh wait, no, Steve's back.
It wasn't until she looked at the picture at the end. But even after she looked at the picture and was trying to decide if she wanted to go back, go to another world where he was Captain America, then she looked at Black Widow and they smiled at each other. And she's like, "You're right. I can go back to my time and get it on with her. Cool, I'm out." It was like, what the hell?
I don't know how Steve is surviving that the Nazi Buster, whatever they called it for so long. But
Hydra Buster.
Thank you.
Smasher. Yeah.
That's the Hydra Smasher. That's what it was. Nazi Buster. I had it right first time. Anyways, like I don't know how Steve is surviving all this time. I guess he's been frozen inside metal. I don't know how you live that, but that's cool. Fine, whatever. It's comic books. I'll buy that. I don't think Steve will mind if he saw like Natasha and Carter made out. He'd be like, "Oh, nice." Because like, what year is he from? Right? Like he's from like the 40s? No.
Yeah, World War II. Yeah. So traditional Christian, like conservative values and stuff. He'd probably be like,
he'd be shocked. Then it's like, no one's gonna judge me this time period. Okay, it's like the 80s. It's not like the 80s. It's just not like the 80s. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. Maybe it is. There is a sleaze out there.
So let me ask you this question. Did anyone think it was odd that T'Challa was actually saving Peter Quill at Dairy Queen? Like,
I kind of like that.
But no, it's fine. It's fine they did it. But like, why was he there? Like, because I mean, at this point, they all, Yondu and them already know that they got the wrong guy because T'Challa is black. So they already knew that this was not Peter Quill. So what made T'Challa just randomly go to Dairy Queen and be like, "Let me save you from your daddy" in this moment in time? Because I don't understand.
Because that is a perfect universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only thing. That's a perfect universe that he has single-handedly made perfect. Even if something's going wrong, some kind of way, he's just gonna know. He is like,
but how does he know? That doesn't make any damn sense. He's sitting in Wakanda getting drunk.
I mean, he's practically God in that universe.
Seriously,
he is. Most are concerned.
He is the Star-Lord. You better put some respect on his name, Maria. Damn.
Look, I can give some respect. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The name that Star-Lord Quill's mother gave to him specifically. So how he ended up with Star-Lord with T'Challa, we'll never know.
Now, T'Challa and them were getting drunk at damn Wakanda. Like, how the hell did he just secretly? What kind of T'Challa Star-Lord senses did he have? He's like, oh, Star-Lord, tingling, and he's like, I need to go to Dairy Queen. I mean, what the fuck? No, I need to know
asking
why.
the real questions. The real questions, like, how the hell did T'Challa know that Killmonger was his cousin in the first place? But we don't ask those questions. No, that didn't matter. It was like, how does Star-Lord know? Who knows how Star-Lord knew? Hell, I mean, Yondu could have saw from a ship. I don't know what was going on, man. Like, I can't explain these things. I don't know everything. I explained that in the best crayon I could. All right. I don't have
Well, with Killmonger, when was it Carter or Natasha? One of them, somebody said, do you trust him? And Thor's like, I trust everybody.
Then he had another drink and shot lightning in the air because he's oh my god, that was the most annoying but well-fitting Thor. Because I feel like the Thor from Greek Jesus Christ.
Norse.
Thank you, Nordic mythology. I think the true Thor from Nordic mythology will be that bro-ish. Because all he did in the stories was drink, laugh, and hit shit. That was his entire thing. If somebody was coming like, oh, you're not that great, Thor was like, fight me, bitch. That was his whole mentality. He had
Bring me more.
I will say probably my favorite addition to the MCU Thor mythology is that by not having Loki directly adopted by Odin, Thor doesn't have a beard because of that.
I mean, true.
He's trying to look as young as he possibly can. That's hilarious.
Because he's trying to stay young for the intergalactic party bus he runs because they just jump from planet to planet, destroying where they go. I mean, like I said, all of that to me is interesting. But like this whole thing has been a combination of what the hell. So literally that is the new name of this series is What the Hell, because it should not be what if. It needs to be what the hell. And like little caveats of, did you expect me to understand this? Why are you doing this to me? And what the hell is this? Like literally question mark. Because that is how I felt during most of this run. The only 3 episodes I actually liked was Captain Carter. I loved Star-Lord T'Challa, and I loved the Killmonger episode. Outside of that, I thought the rest were mad trash. It's just what it is. It was mad trash.
Why couldn't they bring the Spider-Man with, the cape back?
You only got one Spider-Man. You mean if Spider-Man are in the damn Spider-Verse? We got one damn Spider-Man from one damn Earth.
Yeah. Well, to help fight Thanos. Wouldn't that not?
His whole role literally was to make a YouTube video about zombies. That's literally what Spider-Man's role was in this series.
Yeah. Well, which now makes me wonder, why did we have that Marvel Zombies episode and not the Gamora Tony Stark episode, since we got Gamora?
That threw me for a loop when I was like, I'm gonna say Gamora.
I did really laugh at that scene where Watcher appears as like, Gamora, you've been chosen, not you, Stark.
Yeah, I told you we want the pegger, not the pegged. I'm like, so it makes.
Yeah, I noticed he picked the Gamora with the double-bladed staff there.
but then they're like, oh wait, we were never supposed to win.
Yeah, to me,
how'd you figure that?
That whole thing was just, it boggled my mind so much, because I'm just like, so he just randomly figured that out, that they were never supposed to win. And then again, it's like getting Killmonger after you watched his world and how he betrayed everybody, and getting him on your team because you're just hoping that he'll pick up the stones and this whole thing will happen. I mean, that like Uatu leaves a lot to chance, and it actually kind of reminds me a lot of Crisis on Infinite Earths CW version, where you had the Monitor who's like, Lex Luthor's going to be part of this because that won't end badly. It's just like, yeah, that could have gone so terribly.
You know what? You're absolutely right. Like, if you really think about it, the Watcher is basically Monitor.
Yeah.
And actually Monitor and Monitor combined, because both of them are pretty useless. And then the Infinity Stones, which is basically the Book of Destiny. only a little bit more effective because nobody realized, except for Lex Luthor apparently in Crisis, that you can just scratch people's names out and write who you want to be whatever Paragon. Well, in this version,
because, that makes all the sense in the world.
It really does. Hell, maybe they
Really.
should have had a Book of Destiny. It would have been more effective. But in this world, it's like paperweights are now the most, OP shit. And we don't need Celestials. We don't need the Eternals. We don't need anybody. F He Who Remains. You have Infinity Stones.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. I have learned nothing from all the years
Take
I've
them in
read
one
Marvel
world,
comics.
hop to the next, get those, hop to the next, get those, make a chandelier.
I have learned nothing, like absolutely effing nothing from all of these comics I've read over the years. They've taught me nothing. So
Joe is a genius. He's walking around with a chandelier full of Infinity Stones. I've been around the multiverse. Aye.
No, it wouldn't be.
It would
be a chandelier. It would be either a wind catcher, a dream catcher, or was it a dream catcher, or like one of the baby mobiles. It's like, what's your baby doing? Playing with the Infinity Stones? Yeah, F you. F
You
you.
just get look it up. Red, blue, green.
Oh my god, man!
My head hurts. I'm like,
I will say this though. I will say this about the whole thing. The fight scenes were kind of fun to watch. The only thing that kept you distracted was all the colors on the screen. So
the animation was great. If we have to say something about this, the animation, the voice acting was very good.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
Thor was a fucking anime character.
Story, though, that was the equivalent of like Jingle Keys. Look, woo!
Yeah, as I'm saying,
so
though, like,
woo, you're not
like
you can't
fights were fun to watch.
Right?
Fights were fun to watch. It had good sound. It's like my Brian. It's like
we're trying. Look. My favorite part of this episode was I really thought that Widow and Captain Carter were going to get it on like every moment. That's literally it. That is literally.
You're not getting that. What you're going to get is Superman and Big Bird. You gotta get over it.
Wrong universe. Yeah, wrong universe.
No. Oh no. There he goes. Like next What If season is going to focus on Earth 1610. We're going to get that Black Widow Tony Stark video.
They will never do that because y'all wanted way too much. They're not giving it to you.
Well, all I wanted from What If was just a disconnected anthology series with the Watcher just looking at stuff.
Yeah.
The last
that would have been fine. That would have been fine.
Hour, they're just like, no, this is an interconnected story that's now canon to the MCU. And I was just like,
why would you even create such an arc for something that ultimately doesn't matter? Like, if the whole point
so many question marks in that statement.
Well, I mean, they are dealing with the multiverse in the MCU coming up, so maybe that was their gateway, and we're gonna get the Guardians of the Multiverse in the next Avengers movie or something.
Like, that's what.
Just bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy and just stop. That's all you need to do. We don't need the Guardians of the Multiverse. We don't need that. We do not need it.
This is maybe just me. I get it if you're trying to find a way to introduce Uatu. I get that because it's multiverse. I feel that. I'm not even against that at all. Fine. But if the only reason you're doing this is to introduce two things, the multiverse existing and how it works, and two, who's watching it all and who's kind of in control of it, beyond what you saw with with Loki and all that nonsense and shit, why do you need such... You need too much... Why was there so much story being produced if it wasn't needed? Like, what we didn't need is a whole nother Infinity War. We didn't need that twice. We didn't. We really didn't. So, like, not on this scale either. Like, don't do that. And like, then to bring characters we knew were supposed to be amazing. Like, every time we saw Tony's either worthless or he was killed. Thanos was either nice or he was killed. Like, all the heavy hitters from the actual live action were like garbage. And it just, some of the stuff was feel good, some of it wasn't. You know what? I don't like the fact they basically put up a premise that could have been a good premise, and then we're like, this here is my 3-year-old son. He's going to show you what we did with his toys yesterday. Make that into the story. Go ahead, Jimmy. Jimmy's like, so then Gamora comes and whoosh, and that's what they wrote. And it's like, Gamora can fly now. Oh, and Ultron went to the other universes and okay. This is a good, I see. Like, man, come on, dude.
Why does your team have to be so small? And then you're a Power Ranger or Super Sentai fan. What is up with that? Like, why couldn't you just been like, I'm taking all these mofos. I'm getting Valkyrie. I'm pulling people from everywhere.
I mean, technically, like Uatu, he could have just gone around and been like, okay, so we're gonna grab like 64 Doctor Stranges, like 109 Captain Marvels,
It is
and
clear Matu never played Risk as a kid.
No,
because-
he did not play Risk, but Groove, you're forgetting he also watched the CW Crisis parody before this happened because he realized that there was a whole planet full of effing Kryptonians and he only took one. And then he was like, and Lois Lane, and let everybody else on this planet die that are all whole ass Kryptonians. He was like, that's a smart move. So I'm going to do this in my universe. I'm going to take one select of each, which really aren't that effective. And then I'm going to see what happens. Oh, and drunk ass Thor. And we'll see what happens. That is literally why Uatu got confused. He thought he was watching a multiverse, but he was watching a CW show. I mean, so what happened? I'm blaming it on the Arrowverse.
That's why I make the CW comparisons. Like this reminded me, the variant reminded me of Crisis so much.
Yeah,
it really did. This was like the CW Crisis on Earth. I really wish somebody had told him that he was not watching people; he was actually watching streaming services. So it's like this is HBO Max, this is Hulu, that's Netflix. Oh, CW app. Intriguing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's even interesting, even in the aftermath of it all, going on like social media and just talking about it is fascinating because of how many people just absolutely love it. And if you love it, that's great. But at the same time, it's like to ignore all of the narrative problems that exist within the story itself, and then to just say, like I was in a conversation with a person, and they's like, oh, well, I mean, here's the thing, you're not supposed to analyze it and look at it from any logical perspective. You're just supposed to shut your brain off, make some popcorn, and that's pretty much everything. And even another person I was talking to was like, when I told him how stupid it was that the Infinity Stones work outside of their own universe, because, Ultron should just shut off immediately after crossing over into the Watcher's territory. And he's just like, no, in the MCU, the Infinity Stones just work everywhere. And I'm like, that's stupid.
That is really epic dumb.
Dumb. OP the Infinity Stones to oblivion. And now there's no reason whatsoever why someone who doesn't have all the Infinity Stones can't just constantly be breaking the multiverse.
My thing is, you should have responded with, see, I know how to read, so no. I'm going to think about this. I'm not playing that game with you. I hate people say that, like, you're just thinking about it too much. I'm a nerd. I'm going to think about this shit. You can't stop me from doing that.
You read it in the context of a comic book, and you expect the translation into the show, and then they're just like, yeah, everything you've ever known about, this particular subject in comic books, we're just going to completely change it, and we're going to say, oh, we're just doing our own thing. And it's just like, okay, so now what a part of this is appealing to me as a comic book reader?
Yeah.
Well, but the problem is, especially when they start getting in their feelings on review sites, is that you're reviewing it, which means you're talking about aspects of it, whether it makes sense and you're impressed or whether you think it's confusing or complete garbage. Your job as a reviewer is to give your honest opinion. And I love to tell this, guys, my opinion. It does not mean it's your opinion. Yes, like we all have assholes. Doesn't mean everybody's shitting at the same time. It doesn't matter. It is my opinion. Well, what you do at home.
There was one time. One time, 546 AD. That was a crazy year.
Done with you. Anyway, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that there's always, like, when you have an actual objection to something that's popular, people go on the defensive because you're basically attacking what they believe is their show. Somehow they made it, they wrote it, they produced it, they are personally attached to this in some way.
That's what creates gatekeepers right there. That kind of shit.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
There's because there's this weird thing in in geek and nerd culture right now specifically, where it's just kind of like, if you criticize something that somebody loves, and it's like, well, if they're criticizing what I love, that means, oh my gosh, am I stupid for liking it, kind of thing. And they get the wrong ideas in their brain. And so now they just have to defend it any way they can. And it's just like, guy, it's okay. It's okay. Here's the thing. We're going to watch this. Not everybody's going to like it. And that's fine. Like what you like. And if you don't like what someone else says, that's cool too, because people are gonna have opinions, you know. Not everybody likes the MCU movies as a whole, for example. You know, not everybody loves the 1978 Superman Christopher Reeve film. You know, and that's perfectly okay. And, you know, it's cool to state your opinion about why you think you like it or dislike it, but you don't have to, you know, I always tell people, you don't have to get offended when you meet somebody that has a differing opinion. You know,
that's something that is not practiced today. People get in their feelings
Yeah.
so hard. I got called a racist, and I'm part black because I said I did not appreciate how they were writing Ryan Wilder in Batwoman. They literally said I was racist against black people when I am literally half black. And I'm like, how in the hell? How in the hell?
You're better than me because I'd have came back. Wait a minute. First of all, before you start talking about black people meaning shit, let me explain something to you.
Oh, no, I did. You should watch the stream. I don't play that shit. But I'm just saying that.
I don't went straight Uncle Ruckus on it. Like, all right, then fine. You want to call me a racist?
People will come at you. They will come at you for all kinds of crazy reasons. So I know for a fact that there's going to be somebody in their feelings. I'll probably have people unsubscribing to my channel, you know, probably doing it right now because I said that this episode was trash. It was trash. So
somebody right now,
need to go and you're in your feelings because of that, then I'm going to tell you this. Then you're trash too. Goodbye. So I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything.
I'm clicking the thumbs down button so many times. It's an impossible strain, but I will continue.
Completely okay. But one thing I do try to do, and I did it. I try to find something positive about the experience. And my positive part of this experience, the animation, the voice acting was great. And of course, the eye fucking between, you know, Carter and Natasha.
I'm sorry. Was the James Spader Ultron impression was terrible.
Yeah.
He was trying way too hard to be James Spader.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have. Trust me, it could have been worse.
Yeah,
it could have been worse.
Or what they could have done was they could have just been like, well, we're in the multiverse. Let's do a comic book accurate representation of Ultron, where he's just completely emotionless.
Good, that'll work.
Not at all. All right, here we go. You ready? We got to look at our questions, guys, because, you know, there really isn't much else to talk about with this.
Look, you know, I made some mistakes. I was going through it real fast. I kept saying, oh, Nick this, Nick that, Johnny Cage, Nick Cage.
Nick Cage returning as Ghost Rider? I mean, is he?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'd actually like to see Gabriel Luna's Ghost Rider come back from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I liked his guy.
I mean, you know, like I said,
Was that Robbie Ray? Yeah, he played Robbie Ray.
I don't know. Richard Dick Grayson would lose his mind if he came to Marvel Universe. So many redheads. Yeah, he would be like, what the hell? You're absolutely right.
All these sexy reds. Even the zombie one's hot. Like, okay, Dick, calm down.
I want to see Franklin Richards in the next season. I wanted to see Franklin Richards in WandaVision because they had a picture of a little boy on a damn milk carton that was missing. And that's why I thought Agatha was there. But you know what? I digress.
They entirely retconned that shit.
They were like, you know what they said? They said, I don't care how many videos we do. It could be imaginary, like what if, or as I say again, what the hell, or it could be completely canon. You will never get Mephisto. We will throw Mephisto bones at you. We will throw Easter eggs all over the effing place. We will literally draw his ass and Loki on a damn church window.
Oh no! By the time they got to Loki, it was clearly they were trolling us on.
Absolutely, they're trolling. And you know, I don't know why, because without us, they got no money. So
I would say it like this. I'll put it this way: part why doing this because they know their writing level. It is very hard to write all powerful characters in anything. It's just difficult to do that. Mephisto was really powerful, and it's hard to write them in a way where either they lose, they match, or they're cornered. It's hard to do that. So like, there's like, you know what? Avoid that altogether. Fuck that.
That's what it seemed like they were doing in general. They were like, you know what? Let's just avoid everything cool. We have this little canon group of people. You don't need to know how extensive the universe is. I mean, we've had Monica Rambeau. We've established she's got these powers, but because Captain Marvel 2 hasn't come out, you don't get her.
Nope.
You got to pay to see her on the big screen next in the
Jimmy
Marvel.
Woo is so like right there. We got Jimmy Woo right now. Why don't we have the Atlas Foundation? And what if Jimmy Woo started a foundation called Atlas and then just did that whole episode? I'd be like, what?
That's it. Wow, okay. No, you're not getting that. I guarantee you, even the Eternals, they're gonna dwarf the hell out of them. Promise. They have to. They don't know how to write. This is the thing they do to prevent that nonsense. DC does it, and that's why their stories suck. Like they don't know how to like make everybody make sense. Like the movie wise, they don't know how to make them human when they do that. They just don't know how to do it. Marvel's like not touching that one. That's why Suicide Squad works so well because they kept out all the superheroes.
True.
And all the ones that are kind of really powerful.
And they had a good director.
They had. I mean, there's so much they could do, guys. There's so many things they could have done. It makes me upset. We could have got the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, like a Beta Flight, or we could have gotten like the Coalition. We could have gotten the Fantastic Four. We could have gotten the Frightful Four. We could have got somebody. Just bring somebody else into these universes because it wouldn't have effing mattered if they were not canon. But what you did was you took a moment like, what if Ultron won and took an actual effing moment and then literally made it so Ultron invaded Vision and got into Vision's body instead of what actually happened. Therefore, you changed the literal rotation of common sense of the MCU, and that's what I'm calling it, the direction of the story, the rotation of common sense, and then you made it canon. It's like, what if this fuck up occurred? It's canon now, guys. I'm like, you know what? That is not what if. That is you putting your wet dream on a character and moving on. I am done.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, what I was hoping for and expecting were things like, go back to the basics. What if Spider-Man was also the Punisher, or what if Dr. Doom was the Sorcerer Supreme?
I would have changed them all up. We had literally like Captain Carter became Captain America, T'Challa became Star-Lord. Why not make Spider-Man Doctor Strange, or just switch up their stuff but keep something a little close to their origin story where it was like, wow, that's cool as shit, Yeah, it just went weird.
I mean, because that's what I thought it was going to be initially, was just a disconnected anthology series that was like in the vein of, say, the Twilight Zone or the Outer Limits. Yeah. So, when they decided to, subvert my expectations, I guess. Yeah, I was disappointed because I'm like, that's not what I wanted from the show.
Yeah, or I mean. What if like the whole thing happened in WandaVision? What if Wanda never let them out?
What if Agatha didn't do it all along?
That's perfect.
If Agatha was the next thing? What if Storm was Phoenix? I love that. Of course, we can't really say anything about that. We don't have mutants in there yet. So.
No, I was going to say that too. That's the biggest problem with the MCU right now. The X-Men are like 2/3 of the Marvel universe, and the fact they're not around, the universe feels empty as hell. It really does feel empty when you watch movies. Like why haven't they run so? Why wouldn't so? Where is so? Like, there's so many between the X-Men, the Defenders, the Avengers. Hell,
we don't have the Hellfire Club.
None of them.
None of them.
Yeah.
Like, Genosha is a huge thing on the planet.
Marvel probably. I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel is a little scared to introduce the X-Men, because it's like, how can we get these guys in the MCU in a way that it doesn't sound dumb because they weren't there from the jump?
Easy. Yeah. Put them in there and write it correctly. Like, stop playing. You already have many examples before how
that's
not
too simple, though. That's too simple. It's got to be some kind of like big giant, like, it's going to be like, some people theorize, because of the snap 3 times and Endgame and stuff like that.
It has to be 3.
Radiation and energy, or after the multiverse thingy, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and all that stuff is fixed, like, then we're going to have mutants, and it's just like,
I hate how accurate that sounds. I hate it.
Like, or you could just say that, hey, they've been there all along running covert ops or something.
Like I said, they're gonna roll out all of these people, and then they're gonna be like, "Where the hell have you been this entire time?"
All I know is they need to pull that string a little sooner, because the longer they wait, the worse it's gonna get.
Yeah, I have to read this, guys, because it's applicable to my life. When I pull my hair, I'm like frustrated. It's really? Because this episode just frustrates me. So I'm like stressed pulling my hair.
Yeah, fuck this episode.
That's understandable.
But Ryan Wilder has a plant. That's true. That's really
I'm
all
so
you need to
done
know
with
about
all
Ryan.
that. Man, Arrowverse.
Oh,
man.
don't forget, she was also wrongfully arrested for possession while
carrying drugs on her person. Yeah, I know.
See, I can't. That's why I can't get in.
Hey, Groove, you better shut up.
I can't do Arrowverse.
Use your black card for saying you don't like Ryan Wilder because they took mine. So
you know what? I don't. Take my black card. I'm gonna see how my skin turns as you do that shit. I can't.
I don't have that luxury. I can only claim my blackness. So when they take my card away, I'm out of the club.
I can't do it. I just can't. I don't care what anybody says. I can't do it. Keep the Arrowverse. I don't give a shit.
See, who is Ryan? Because she doesn't have her own character. Thank you.
That's true.
The potential was there. This is not a hate Ryan fest. It's like the writers are just shit. And it makes me upset because the writers were black and they fucked it up. And I don't know why they thought it was empowering for a black woman who's supposed to represent other black little girls and other people to be seeing her as a role model, only get her clout from a white woman's life.
Because
they gave her Kate's wife. So
they
her
did
whole
that
life.
same mistake. They always do it every damn time they use any person of color at all. Any woman, any trans, gay, it doesn't make a difference. They do this every time. They make their identity their personality. Stop doing that shit. Yep. Stop doing it. Just because woman is not a fucking personality characteristic. It really isn't. Like, gay is not a personality characteristic. Trans, none of that. Oh, I hate that shit so much. It drives me insane. Like, we don't exist in a monolith, so don't do it. Like, chill out. And they do that shit and it's like, man, it's a vapid ass story. You gonna finish this? No, I'm not finishing this. I'm not watching this crap. Keep this shit. Ugh,
Serenity said, you must support black women.
Yeah, I can't support. I can understand.
I understand that having Ryan Wilder be the very first, and she is the very fucking first black female superhero in the Arrowverse. She is. I understand the novelty of her being Batwoman, even though that never fucking happened in the comics. She is a complete creation. I understand how important that is. But let me explain why I have a problem with this. It should be more important to the effing writers than it is to me. If you want someone to support this character, then start with the writer's room because they're the ones that fucked her up. So that's who I would be taking the black cards from. I would have been like, hand that shit over right now. Because everything you wrote was absolute garbage. So that is what I have an issue with.
I'll put you like this, and people say, you gotta make sure it's important, does this, and then whenever they're in is trash and garbage. Imagine you had a piano recital, right? And you've been practicing all this time, and and you see your dad in the audience, and your dad does this. Are you happy with that? That's support you wanted? No, it's not.
No.
So
you stop. Don't. I'm sorry.
No.
Isn't Vixen the first? You don't know. Vixen was not the first female lead. She was a supporting character on Arrow and was underutilized and not represented correctly. She did have an animated series, but I meant more of a live action. So Arrowverse, I'm guessing Vixen's canon to the Arrowverse, but I don't know because they don't really address it other than the few little spots or guest spots she did. So I don't consider her the first lead, even though, quite frankly, she effing should be. So that's my take on that. But yeah,
Serenity says she was being sarcastic. Okay, good.
I know, Serenity. I know, yeah. Sweetie. I'm not
comments. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like,
no, I'm just telling you my point of view because that is something that needs to be said. I have no problem supporting any POCs in any capacity. I really will support anybody who writes a damn good story. But the problem is, if you put yourself out there and say, I'm going to create this, black female superhero to lead this already technically one season in established show, and then you write her like you lost your damn mind. I don't support that. So if that means I lose my black card for a little while, that's fine. Because I don't expect you to give me one anyway. I can keep my own damn black. I will go print off my own damn black card. You can kiss every part of my butt.
No,
so
you made me really
we'll design you one. How about that?
I'm gonna
go to Photoshop.
Make it nice.
I want to take right now and create a black card and laminate it and hand certain people. Hey, hello there, sir. I'm gonna have a whole backpack. Oh, hey, what's this? Black card. Don't lose it. I wonder what happened if I did that shit around Memphis.
Look, I got Photoshop. I'm like, I pay for it monthly.
It's worth experimenting, I think.
You don't tell me I can't claim my blackness. Anyway, like I think people get ahead of themselves when they tell you what you're allowed to be. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, no, that's
so. But yeah, but I understand. Looking at me, you're like, oh, you're racist. I've been called racist so many times on my channel. People don't even see it either in comments or they come at me on Instagram in DMs or on Facebook. It is hilarious. My favorite ever though, Groove, you remember this, was a lady who wrote me that long dissertation about how my opinions were shit and my reviews were shit and that I am a sleeper agent created by my white mother who slept with my Black Native American father to create a sleeper agent to kill Black people. And I'm like, so I'm in my 40s. How long am I going to be asleep? Because like, oh yes, it was interesting. Yeah. It was interesting. So yeah, but she didn't know who I was. All I did was laugh at it because it was funny as shit. It was actually real. I said, this is a good plot for a movie. I'm like, you're not offending me.
When I read it, oh god, sorry. When I read that, I'm laughing too much. When I read that, oh man. I was like, man, that woman's having a fever dream. I don't know what.
She started linking me to all these videos. She was like, you see, Dee, this is because your mama got with your daddy to make you. This is why you do bad reviews. I'm like, wow.
Like, I know.
Yeah, that's giving me flashbacks.
I was secretly hoping that she would make a YouTube response video and like
no.
Back in
the only response I have made was the charm because I had some gentleman who was in his feelings because I just asked the question of why did they cast 2 Afro-Latino characters with 2 mixed girls that basically were like me. They were Black and white and indigenous. So I thought that was really interesting. I hear Mary Moo's home. Baby girl is home. But no, I just thought that was interesting. I did make a response video for that because he basically implied that I didn't like the fact that they were casting Black, characters. And I'm like, where the hell did you get that from? And then, especially since Afro-Latino is also half Black, that doesn't make any damn sense. And then he was like, when they announced the new girl, they said, but you're in your feelings that it's not another Latin American. I'm like, what the hell have you been smoking? I mean, and you obviously need to share with the class because you're on some stuff that creates new realities. Maybe you need to share your stuff with MCU. So this what if stuff could have been a little better because you created a whole other multiverse that makes no damn sense. So
people get their feelings real fast. One thing they don't like, and it's like, you must hate people like me.
No, he said I was racist.
Well, the only, I mean, stuff like that is the only logic that they can generally go with because it's like, especially when you have bad writing, it's like it's a scapegoat. It's the ultimate scapegoat. You just hate this one thing.
Yep. Well, like I said, as a POC person, I feel comfortable saying this. If it is something to do with POC content and you say anything negative, you instantly are not supportive of POC anything. You are completely not. You cannot be objective. You have to take it, inhale it, breathe that shit. And if you do not do that, you are a traitor. And that's what I have learned as a content creator. But you know what I say to that? There's these 2 little letters I like to throw out, and they're called F and U. Embrace them because I don't care. I don't. I really don't.
Happens all the time.
Yep, but it's a thing. For Joe, you were right about Dark Angel. I'm so hyped for Dark Ages. I don't know why the hell I just said Dark Ages.
Right?
Jessica Alba just popped in my head.
It's a damn good comic book. I don't know if you guys have read Dark Ages, Tom Taylor's new Marvel book out of continuity.
I haven't read it.
I have to check that out.
It's pretty legit. It's kind of like it's kind of like going to be the Marvel version of Deceased, I guess you could say. No zombies, but.
Well, I love Deceased, so
kind of like just the basic premise of it is that all of the electricity in the world isn't working because of this one event that happens, and so like everyone's kind of developing sort of like a steampunk style version of the Marvel universe. So you got steampunk web shooters on Spider-Man, and
oh wow,
it's pretty cool.
Okay,
I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
Yeah. I like interesting, like brand new tellings or like an alternate way of telling stories that aren't always done because I've done so many like virtual realities or they've done like, other multiverses, but it ends up being almost the exact same thing. Just a tiny bit of a twitch, like what if,
like, but you just had what if, weren't you satisfied?
No. No, because I didn't have What If. I had What
Like,
the Hell. There was a
especially
difference.
after What If. I'm glad we had I was able to read a good Marvel comic book because those are hard to find too these days. But, Tom Taylor, I can almost always give Tom Taylor a thumbs up. He does some good books.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
God.
I don't know. I think that they're burned out too. Maybe sitting at home at COVID with and pandemic, they're kind of like, I'm retired of this shit. I don't sit home and think about this anymore. I think the pandemic has sucked out the creativity of a lot of people. It's why we keep getting more and more TVs being rebooted and remade that we don't necessarily ever need. So,
but apparently that
one
Powerpuff Girls reboot finally got the boot.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, really?
Well, because
Yeah,
what
they're not
happened
gonna
was,
make that.
they took it, because after the script leaked, they decided to go ahead, take it back to scratch. But then during that time period, during redrafts and stuff like that and rewrites, what was it? Chloe Bennett, who was playing Blossom, she dropped from the project completely.
Oh, wow.
Good call.
Well, maybe she's trying to get in with the MCU as Daisy, as a Quake. She's like, this can stop me from being in the MCU. So let me get out of this shit.
I do want to see that Wonder Years remake.
That one is good, and I will say the Fantasy Island.
Is that on Hulu, Amazon?
What is it? Is it on Hulu, HBO Max?
Well, I mean, you can watch it on Hulu. I don't know what station it airs on, but it is on Hulu.
I'm a big fan of Dule Hill, so I'm kind of curious on how that's gonna work.
The trailer for that looked good, and I saw all of Fantasy Island, and it actually was pretty good too. So I have no problem with Fantasy Island.
Oh yeah, they did do a Fantasy Island remake.
Yeah. Yep, and it's
I know they had a horror film version of it come out last year.
No, this actually it's in continuity. The original guy is her great uncle or something like that, and so this.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
do they still have a little small guy?
No, actually,
they have
a female.
What is a tattoo?
Actually, no, they had a female who was in her 70s and was dying of pancreatic cancer, who came there with her husband, and she was also bisexual. And the island made her younger, and she became that guy's role. So she had the option of staying there and not dying, or going home.
Oh, so it's like the reverse of M. Night Shyamalan's Old.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I can't watch things with M. Night Shall Be Gone because not just because of Avatar, but because actually most of his movies are just plain stupid. So I can't.
Oh no, even
angry.
Even back during when he was early in his career, when I saw Signs for the first time, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, you mean to tell me the aliens are scared of fucking water and they come to a damn planet that's predominantly made of water? Are you effing kidding me?
Like, water falls out the sky here. You can't.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're gonna attack this planet. Well, no, that and the whole. Yeah, I don't think they can open doors. Intergalactic
because
travel.
The most useless effing aliens. They're just freaking useless. So no, I can't watch anything that he does. But then after he butchered Avatar and he was like, well, I whitewashed the cast because I can't find anybody that looks like those cartoon characters. I'm like, that really wasn't what you were supposed to be doing. You were actually supposed to take their culture into consideration and the cast around that, like everybody else on the effing planet. I mean, I don't understand what is wrong with this. So when a person of color whitewashes, he's already canceled. You can't cancel somebody who does that. I give you permission. I absolutely give you permission to do that. He's canceled.
I do. Like, you can make. I mean, so many people do cosplay look not like in real life look like the characters. You can. It's makeup and costume, dude. That's not the important part. You need to find like an actual way to tell the story correctly and find people who can actually portray the story in a way that's like, oh, they don't have two emotions. That's the part. I cannot get past shit about Avatar. Last Airbender.
I mean, I felt bad for
everybody had like two faces of characters. Like didn't that? I don't know if anybody else was bothered by that so much, but like every character had only two faces and two emotions, a character. It was, how did you direct a movie where everybody was either like Angle's either worried and nervous or scared but determined? It was weird. Like, are you never happy or excited or hungry or confused or like he doesn't even get sad when he sees the people? You know what? I'm not getting.
I'm worried about the new version. The Netflix series, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, it's like with M. Night Shyamalan's version for one, that was the movie where I remember watching that interview with him on Nickelodeon. Where he's like, yeah, my daughter loves the show. We watch it all the time, and I'm just like watching that movie, and I was like, you liar.
Look, he didn't look. He is so bad. He didn't even edit it.
And then when it comes to the Netflix one, yeah, I'm super worried from that one just because the original creators of the show were involved in it. And then they randomly part due to creative differences, but the show's moving forward. And I'm like,
that means they didn't listen. They were like, well, we want to make sure we want to this and we want to throw some dank memes in there. Oh man, and Gen Z, they love the whole darkness and being the present and and cutting themselves. Like, what are you doing? There's nothing to do with the show, bro. It's 2021. They're like, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Well, when I was watching them bend in the movie, I was like, wow, the Earthbenders suck because it took all of that movement to make 5 rocks. They were
I hated that. For real. I hated that.
I could have thrown those damn rocks.
I hated that so much. They were sitting just.
Just one rock.
Yes, the rock.
I read that the VFX in that movie were supremely unfinished, and it was supposed to be a bigger moment, but
you should have took more
they
time.
Just ran out of money or something like that, or it was like
then cut that scene completely.
Company just cut it, said, "Forget it. We're not doing the VFX. Just one rock. That's all it needs."
Just dumb.
I think it takes 7 benders to make a pebble. I'm like, wow.
What be a bigger moment? A bigger moment, my ass. They can just this 1, 2, and a boulder flies. I don't want to hear that. You did an entire fucking kata and only made enough dirt to blind somebody, fly their direction.
Do you know what that means, Groove? That means anybody can be the avatar. You need 1 pebble, you need a little portable fan, a water bottle, and a lighter.
Well,
I control all the elements.
And then the firebenders need fire as a source to bend it. I'm done.
With the Earthbenders, it was like I can just imagine them actually going through their training, and their master's like, and remember, someday you too can become a minor inconvenience.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm traumatized. So I feel like we're going to be traumatized some more when the TV series comes out. And I love that Yito said his daughter hates this show now. I'm sure she does.
It makes sense. M. Night Shyamalan, put your face in your hands and cry. Shame on you. Ruining everybody's fun. Dick.
Did you guys hear about the new Warriors live action that was canceled and the producers said it was too gay?
Wait a minute, what?
I did not.
I had heard about it. I don't know, but I had never seen any concept art. It was supposed to be, I think, Squirrel Girl was supposed to be the lead in that show, and it was supposed to be this I guess it was supposed to be sort of like maybe a more kids like a kid MCU version of the Harley Quinn TV series, where it's supposed to be kind of cartoony and jokey and kind of stuff, but nowhere near as raunchy, of course.
But it said it was too gay.
That's what was given. Was they decided not to move forward with the show? Supposedly, because they said it was too gay.
Who gives a damn who they're sleeping with? You know what? I don't care.
You already know. You already know the answer to that question.
The only thing I can, because also there wasn't really much context to that line either, because nobody knew exactly what he meant by that. As in, was it meant to be like the cast, or were you trying to say the show was too flamboyant?
Which again, that's a poor choice of words, Marvel executives.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was just no context to that statement. So
actually,
because it was canceled, we never really saw I don't remember seeing any concept art or images from it. So
guess didn't get that far. On a lighter note, though, there's a Shenmue series coming out and it's animated.
Shenmue.
Yeah, it is. It's coming on. It's a Netflix original. I saw the promo for.
You play the games?
Oh yeah, of course. The promo, like the little promo I saw, a promo video, is basically an animated feature. It looks very much so like the kind of animation in Castlevania, but it's like directly from the video game. They're following it from step by step. So I'm going to watch that one. That one got my attention. I'm like, oh.
Well, let me read this because this is interesting. So Marvel allegedly canceled a TV series based on its new Warriors superhero team because the show was too gay. The series originally slated for cable channel Freeform, which it would have been canceled anyway. Freeform likes to get rid of shit, which is owned by ABC. But Gizmodo reports that it was scrapped after a homophobic executive complained. Basically, a pilot was filmed in 2017 and 10 episodes were ordered, with Freeform set to premiere in 2018. By the end of that year, with no air date, it was canceled, allegedly due to scheduling conflicts. However, in a series of since deleted tweets, showrunner Kevin Beagle, the co-creator of Cougar Town, placed the blame squarely at the feet of one Marvel executive. And there is a show we wrote a few years ago. It was very proudly gay. A singular power that be killed the show because it was too gay. Beagle continued branding the executive as a rich, straight Brentwood turd. Well,
which power that be said it? Give names.
I don't know. He didn't name drop
Give
it.
names.
If he deleted the tweet, that was that. But I mean, again, it's like the Disney thing. Disney supports, the LGBT community during Pride Month. Because that's where they get merchandising and they can put rainbows on everything. But when you look at the content overall, it's not true. And even if you see like a little LGBT person pop up in a cartoon or a live action series, they are never a lead. Raya and the Last Dragon was screamingly gay. You are not going to tell me that Raya was not gay.
I've never watched that. I haven't watched that or Luca.
You need to watch it so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, she is gay.
Like,
it
was actually a pretty fun movie. I like that one.
No, it was great. It was absolutely great. But it's bad when even your voice actress says that she thinks her character is gay. And what happened? Nothing. Like, it was never a thing. If you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say Raya and another female character are they're very into each other, and there's a big.
Because I know Disney would probably, at least for now, like, I don't see them going like overtly gay with like them actually saying it, especially because they still want the Chinese box office. I mean, just even with Star Wars Episode 9, they removed the gay kiss scene, even though it was for a blink of a second.
Oh,
yeah. We all know you're not allowed to be gay in China. I mean, that's a thing. There is,
and that's why they'll never overtly express that in any kind of way, because they want that box office, especially since like apparently they've been having a lot of trouble with the Chinese box office lately about getting those Disney movies in. Like, I guess Shang-Chi had a really hard time getting past China or something like that.
Which still to this day makes no sense to me, guys, because again, the original origin story is he is half white, which means he would not be traditionally Chinese in the first damn place. He's Eurasian. So it's not that he is misrepresenting Chinese culture. He was only half Chinese, and Fu Manchu is not a representation of Chinese culture anyway to begin with. So I don't understand the hang up. I mean, when Simu Liu was actually cast, they were pissed because his parents ran away from China. They literally moved to Canada because they were like, I don't want to live in a communist place. And then they're like, how dare you? So now you cast him and this is not representative of China. I'm like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand. So it's, like I said, it's a thing. It is a thing. But Shang-Chi is laughing his way through the box office, so it's fine. And it did not hurt. Obviously, people are seeing it. But I heard
it was a good movie still. Like,
it was. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a great movie. I mean, it was in no way comic book accurate, but again, the MCU is its own universe. It's like the Arrowverse. They are never going to be comic book accurate. So I have no problem with that, but it was just stupid. It was all stupid to me. But I mean, China's cracking down on everything. Video games. I mean, I think if you're 16 or under, or maybe I'm getting you can't.
Oh yeah, they did that new rule where you can only game for like 1 or 2. Yeah, like I think
on
it's
the
like 2
weekends,
hours
an hour. Yep.
In total, like for the whole week, that's all you're allowed to game.
Yep, which is going to kill the video game market.
Even, what was it? From what I remember reading, you can't even like save up that 2 hours and do 2 hours straight. You actually have to split it off.
Yep. That's crazy.
Like
that is crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and I know that a lot of them are going crazy on them, because of not just that. I mean, it just doesn't just apply to video games. They're actually talking about TV viewing in general. Like,
there's so much stuff that's like cut off, or you're not allowed to watch over there. I actually feel bad for people over in China. It's like, oh my, I can see why they'd love to probably come over here and stuff.
Yeah. But it's the whole thing to me is just crazy. And like when we were talking about with LGBT, so like my daughter plays this game which she doesn't want to play anymore because all the politics around it, called Genshin Impact. And apparently they want to redesign some of the masculine characters that they feel are too femme. And they want this to start happening in a lot of different already established games. They don't want to have depictions of men appearing feminine. And so China's smacking down on that too. We already know that if you have an LGBT anything, you are not allowed to do it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's like two things that are generally don't go over well in China is like, LGBTQ stuff. And then of course, what is it? Black people. Like when they took Finn and like shrunk him on the Star Wars poster or covered up T'Challa's face on the Black Panther, Black Panther poster. And I was just like, good God.
Well, I mean, they have a drama that just got released over there that did so well that they're doing season 2. It's called Couple Mirror, and it's based on a manhwa, which is kind of a Yuri manga. Mm-hmm. And they did this in China, and it became an instant hit. And then again, they're getting a season 2, but the characters aren't allowed to kiss. They're not allowed to. They subtly expressed how they feel about each other through a very close friendship. And I'm like, wow, okay. But I mean, the actual source material is they are gay as F. So, I'm used to that. I am used to that. I mean, I'm married to a Korean American, and I know that we could never move to Korea because our marriage isn't even valid there. So if I were there with my spouse, even though my spouse is transgendered, River has never transitioned. So they would see us as two women. And if River were to die, they would literally take all of the assets that River had. Instead of giving them to me, they would literally be sent to River's parents. So if River was to go in the hospital, I wouldn't even be allowed to go in the room. I wouldn't be able to make decisions. And we've been married for a long time and we've been together for a long time. So, I mean, it's like the ultimate smack in the damn face is when you know that you cannot travel everywhere with your spouse, because generally it's not safe. In some places, we would even be put in jail just for being together. So when people wonder why I'm in my feelings, it's because I'm fucking tired of the bull crap of this whole damn planet. That's literally how I feel. I'm sick of it. I'm too old for this shit. That's why when you come at me, guys, over reviews, you have to understand the hierarchy of my gives a fucks. I have no fucks left to give. Like, I
just love the progression from what if to life is depressing, man.
Well, I mean, this episode is one of the ones that's going to make you feel that way.
Joe, I may not used to this show. On this show, well, this will be the last one of these for a while. That's what we usually do. We come in, talk about the episode for a little bit, and then we derail. We entirely derail all the way through. Somebody makes a comment, and we're like, I wonder what a Dorito that was frog flavored would taste like. And then it just goes all over the fucking places.
I like to engage you with our
try that, man.
I love this, guys. Shades of Supergirl. Deep friendship. Yes. Lena and Kara. Good well. They are friends.
deep friendship. Not that kind of deep.
It's called queer baiting, guys. This is my new rule for networks. If you do not want to deal with the lesbianisms or the homosexualisms of the situation, then stop queer baiting. Just stop. Stop putting characters together in situations that couples would normally be in. Stop. If you want them to be friends, have them high five in the hallway and then go their separate ways. Don't do it. Just don't do it. That's how I look at that. So, it's a thing. These streams have a tendency to go off script, but I love it because it is what it is. What I'm going to start doing for you guys, because, we don't do this and stuff like Charmed and that, but I do it. You always know that I go off script and stuff I don't give a fuck about for the most part. I don't give a shit about this episode. I gave you guys 30 to 40 minutes of content where we talked about this, and then I moved on to more interesting things. I will start putting time codes in where I'm like, this is where we talked about it. It's not going to happen in this one because I don't even care enough to do it in this episode. But in the future, I will say, hey, this is when we stopped. And then the rest is us talking bullshit for the rest of this stream. And then you can just get out of the stream and then leave. Or maybe stick around because we say things that may be applicable to your life. Some of it maybe not, but some of it may be applicable to your life. So you may get something.
There you go. You titled this video, "What if we went off script?"
Yeah.
I mean, hell, it should be, what if they actually let us go off script for episode 9? What if it was better?
Don't give me the pencil because I would change so much shit. There's no way. This whole what if series would be so different. Like, why did this what if? Why is okay? You know what? I'm gonna beat Chang and Choi. I don't give a damn because Chang is so heavy. Chang is heavy as hell, and Choi he's so little. So no, I win. King of Fighters.
I win.
I'm not playing that. No way. I'm winning that fight. If I lose somebody fighting with a ball and chain, I better not. That better never happen. You can't be that fast.
This is why I say burn it down and start it over. Hashtag Ultron was
right.
I mean, he's not wrong. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Serenity. Like the Queen Serenity of Sailor Moon, you have enlightened us with your own version of the Genzushi or the Silver Crystal of, sense. We have something we can take away from What If. They should have fucking burned it down. I mean, they should have had Ultron just start from episode 3 and just started burning the shit down. I'm like, what if I didn't give a damn about the rest of this series? I'm like,
just eating universes, just.
Yeah. He would be like Deadpool. He'd break the
just like wall. One long flick and just light it and just watch it.
No, like, could you? Man, how cool would that have been? You would have saw him at the end of T'Challa's run. They have like a secret after credit scene where you see him jumping into Vision's body. But instead of it going and destroying all the worlds, like just one after the other, he's like Deadpool. He breaks the fourth wall and he shows up in the middle of the episode. And he's like, nah, this is shit. And they just like in the middle of it, he just burns the whole episode down. And once the whole screen goes black, and then we know that we weren't meant to watch.
Oh, there you go. What if Deadpool got the Infinity Stones?
Yeah.
Then stick this show's logic in there that they work everywhere, and he'd just be like, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone.
You see Thor get to Earth, he's like, I'm here. And then Ultra's like, no, you're not.
Like, oh, yeah, speaking of which, Owen.
And then, but he'd always leave one person behind, and he'd have like a tablet, and they're like, "Why did you destroy my Earth?" And he's like, and they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Cool. I got no complaints."
The only universe Deadpool leaves intact is the one where Ant-Man goes up Thanos' anus and then enlarges it.
What if?
That's literally how Black Widow died, because Hank Pym went up her butt.
I mean, that's how everybody wanted Thanos to die in Endgame.
Goodness.
Said he would have been so effective in Infinity War and Endgame. I agree with that. We didn't even get to see Quicksilver in What If, because we didn't see him in WandaVision.
That was a troll. No, we didn't.
That was a hard ass troll.
Got like the Fox version of him, sort of.
Yeah.
But he's also like,
even then, it wasn't really him.
Boner.
He was Fox News' version of Quicksilver. Let's see. What If is always going off script. Thank you, Yito. The next time people say, why are you going off script? Well, no one's ever said that to me, but if they ever did, why are you going off script? I'm like, because What If did. Like,
because what if?
Because what if? What if I only do what you let me do?
I mean, yeah, Maria can take on Jury, damn right, and so can Angry Grandma.
I want to see you kick that fast. That'd be crazy as shit.
Actually, that was my special. I'm actually I did better at kicking than I did punching. I have very limited upper body strength, but I have very powerful legs. So it's my Native American gift.
You hear her trying to brag, trying to humble brag.
Even though I do karate, kicking's mine kind of go to also, because I have what they call the tiny T-Rex arms. I get a full I can get a full extension on my punch, and I'm still like 5 feet away from the person.
How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay, so you and Groove are about the same height, because you're
5'7". Yeah.
You look 5'6" though. I'm sorry, but I'm 5. Look, I'm 5'5", so I can't complain.
We're actually all about the same height. Holy shit! Yeah, that's funny. We all kind of stand here. We go like, oh hey, eye level.
Yeah, for the most part,
it doesn't happen to me very often. Most of the time, seriously, because I'm what is it? Next to my mother, I'm the second shortest in my family, so I'm always like this. Everyone's always like 6 feet or more.
Yeah, my brother is 5'10". My dad is 6 feet tall, and then
most celebrities are shorter, so we're in the right game. We're playing the right game.
Well, like River is 5'5". We're the exact same height. The only difference is my shoulders are higher than River's, but River's neck is longer. It's such a weird. Like I would say, you got a little bit of a giraffe neck. So
bodies are so strange.
It really is. They're very, very odd. But let's see. And then of course, Mai is 5'3".
Y'all talking about kicking? I'm gonna throw a chair at somebody. And much more training. That's just me though. Like, thought you were trained to punch kick. I am.
Why are you so violent?
but I have a chair, and the chair is not my leg. I don't have to risk anything. I just throw it.
I just want Lady Shiva to pop into the Marvel universe since DC isn't really doing anything aside from references and scare appearances with Cassandra Cain. I would love for her to get new opportunities, opponents, students, and most of all, see her meet Quan and Elektra. Yeah, her and Quan would be a dream team, but if a Lady Shiva will pop into What If and be like, she just do like this.
I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
3 seconds. I'm out.
She'd be like, "You're not even worth killing." Not even worth killing. Not worth dinging my blade. I'm like,
yeah, one look around is like, yeah, it's cool. I'm out. Just leave.
Like, Lady Shiva, are you gonna save us? She's like, no, you deserve to die. like, you're stupid. Like, and you are a waste of my time.
No, it's funny you say that. It's really weird aside for a quick second. I know another aside, but still, I had this weird thought a couple of days ago, and my wife thought it was really strange. I was like, "Hey, you ever thought about the movie Hook?" And she was like, "What about the movie Hook? Think about it."
Williams.
Yeah, I was like, "Wait, think about it. Hook lost." She's like, "Yeah, he's supposed to." No. You understand? Hook lost. He could have never won that fight in the first place. She was like, "I don't get it." Yeah, the hero always wins. Peter always beats Hook. Yeah, Peter always beat Hook. He was a child. Hook thought he was going to fight a grown-ass man with the same skills in his childhood in a hand-to-hand fight and win. You spend all your time fighting 9-year-olds, and this grown man comes in here on your boat and beats you in like 15 seconds. What else did you expect to happen at that fight? What was your end game? Seriously, you could not beat him. He's grown. He's been eating meat and shit and walking around. He's bigger than you. Are you kidding me right now? I thought with that thought, I was brushing my teeth more, and I was like, how did Hook ever think to win? What is this? That movie was stupid. I mean, I liked it, don't get me wrong, but it's like, how you thought you were going to win? It's like you walk around day beating kids at the playground, and then their dad comes and punches you in the face. You're like, how did I lose? You fight children all day. Oh man, what is the logic? Like,
well, especially since he didn't even really consider, like, in Hook's mind too. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get Peter, and he's probably gonna be all big, and he's gonna be even stronger than ever. And instead, you get Robin Williams with his phone. He's a businessman, and he was so disappointed. He's like, aw. That's not even fun.
I thought this was going to be
this is the only chance that you're probably gonna get to win this fight, right?
Yeah. It was like, just kill them all. That was the only chance. Then he let Tinkerbell get in his head. He's like, all right, get him back to being how he was. I want my challenge. Why are you trying to die? Like, why? What is wrong with you, man?
Yeah. Parts of me in Dustin Hoffman's performance, he kind of looked like he did have a bit of a death wish, though.
Yeah. Maybe he was just tired. Like, you know what? You're right, Peter. You beat me. Go ahead and end my life. He was like, nah, man. You're not even worth it. It was just, to me, I don't know. Your whole thing was fighting Rufio. And like, Rufio was older. Rufio was the tallest. They're still kids. Doesn't mean anything. Like, even Peter, when he picked the next pan, because he was bigger. There's nothing else. No other reason behind it. That's it.
I mean, we just, look. They just should have had Robin Williams as a genie from Aladdin. Just said, fuck it. That would have been a better movie. Actually, I liked Hook, but I just thought that was.
Oh no, I love Hook.
I'm saying, I love
favorite right there.
I love the movie, but I just thought about it and it was like, how the hell did Captain James Hook think he's gonna win that fight? You had no chance of winning. You didn't do not one push-up, run not one lap. You spent the whole time having existential crisis and drinking.
Groove, we've already explained this. It's like Ryan Choi learning to fight watching a YouTube video. I mean.
Well, also, the whole point of Hook was never about the fight between Peter and Hook. It was about if that old man ever found his damn marbles.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I found my marbles. You are not wrong.
Toodles had fairy dust in his marble bag and went back to Neverland. Honestly, at least he won't die there, so he can have fun being an old man kid or something.
See, guys,
unless he had a heart attack on the way over when he finally looked down, was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
this is why we go off script, so you guys can be educated, like we are.
Educated. There you go.
Educated. You see people spending $200 or more for a character on Genshin Impact all over YouTube. Can you send them to me? I will draw them some kick-ass stick, people or figures. If they want to pay me $200, I got you.
There are people that do that. I mean, my dad, he plays Neverwinter, right? And he's on this team, right? Mm-hmm. He says one guy every month drops like $700 into that game.
I believe it because I have someone personally that I know that plays what was it? It's the Star Trek mobile game. Fleet Commander, I think it is.
Yeah, that one. I can't do that kind of shit. I can't drop that much money in the game.
He spent probably close to $3,000, and I'm like, you've lost your damn mind.
What I want to know is what the hell do you do for a living that affords you that ability?
Seriously, and if you need to get rid of $3,000, you just don't want it, just hand it to me. I am here.
I would do way better with that money.
Oh yeah, it's just like $3,000. I smell a super chat.
I never say anything.
Let me go ahead and hop on Discord real quick.
Whenever I get a super chat, I'm just really confused. I go down the comments list. Like I know with Blurred on his channel, on his Blurred Cave, he goes down and he just like gets freaking super chats like left and right, and I'm just like. And he's like, oh, and so he only answers the questions that are in the super chat. And I'm like, okay. But I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I didn't have the comment section after I talk to go down. So I'd be like sitting here like, so we're just going to talk about everything I just talked about in the recap again, for the next 30 minutes.
Well, who knows? Maybe, 20K really subs later, you'll just be like, okay, super chat makes more sense now.
I feel like you just need to give me super chats because I'm adorable. Just throw them at me anyway. So that's fine. But don't do it so I can read your comment because I'm gonna do it any damn way, so it's fine. At least I try. I try to get everybody.
Yeah, stuff. I'll tell you what. If you want to give me a super chat here, I'll show my neck bone or something. There you go.
I got a clavicle here. You want to see that clavicle?
Oh, there's some skin guy.
Clavicle, yeah, all that bone. Yeah,
you guys, you can't handle.
And in that way, I'm guaranteed to.
You cannot handle this.
$5 for someone to put their clothes on.
Besides, if I were to do that, my spouse would come out of nowhere with a damn mallet. I'd be like, "Where the hell did it come from?" I know. End of stream.
You see these earlobes, baby?
I feel like we should be playing some type of porn music right now. Yeah. Oh Lord, we're losing our minds. So overall, guys, almost an hour and a half in. What is our overall opinion of the entire season? You already know mine. What if? The whole season, your overall opinion.
It tasted good, but I didn't finish it, and the rest was garbage.
So you compared it to a bad Uber Eats experience. I got you. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Joe?
I mean, I gotta say, some episodes were okay. Most for me weren't, and yeah, it was just a average to mediocre experience. Is the whole thing. It definitely did not reach the heights I hoped it would. Especially towards the end, where they just decided it's a narrative now. And yeah, I'm probably not coming back for the inevitable season 2.
I like the way you said towards the end and not in the end, because in the end, it wasn't good. That was so nice of you, Joe. You being so nice.
Absolutely.
I love what Nicholas said. Just why is my opinion.
Like y'all could have did anything else with your time. This is what you chose to do? Really?
I need to do this, guys. Serenity would like to say, nah, I need to see cakes, Mr. Joe. Then you can get all the super chats you want.
You asked the wrong person. You should ask me that question. I'll show you cakes. You pay me.
He's gonna show you
got chocolate, vanilla, strawberry mixtures.
Little cobbler on the side.
I'll go down to the corner store right now.
Oh Lord! See, I told you. You guys have
more
to understand.
Buttercream.
You have to understand. So now, when you guys, who I know some of you are subscribed to Joe, especially Joe's Geek Show, you already know Groove's a fool. But when you go and listen to how collected and organized and put together Joe is in his reviews, remember this moment right here. Remember this. This is who you're actually dealing with. He is Professor on his channel. But here, when you come to approach the nerd, it is like a green light to lose your damn mind. I am literally the asylum the New Mutants wanted to be in the movie. So, just saying. Nicholas said, "How much, Groove?" This turns into a whole other
ask. Are we looking for 2-tier, 3-tier, 4-tier?
I need to set my Patreon. I gotta put it together. I gotta make it right.
Hold
you
up.
have no idea how many.
If this is happening, this becomes a members only situation, and you got to start. I'm gonna have to start charging you guys.
I know. Right? You have no idea how many times I get asked that question in my DMs. I'm so serious. Like, oh God, what is this? What do you want? So, I see you're married, but can you have friends? Get out of here.
You have friends.
Super chat for Jet to perform Kim's split kick move.
And if I do that, y'all better pay me for real. That's a hard. Kim Kevon, land all I did. I don't even know if I could do that. I mean, I can do a straight kick down the land splits. I can do that. What Kim Kevon is doing, I don't even understand what he's doing. He's like, I don't know.
You gotta wait till payday for the big bucks. I could do 10 to 20 tonight.
Oh man.
Guys.
I'm seeing some of these comments. I like my cake like I like my men vanilla. I like my cake like my men balanced. I like that one. I don't know why I like that so much.
Nicholas.
I like now what you're gonna have to do.
My men balanced.
I just figured out what my Patreon.
So now what you're gonna have to do, Drew, is you're gonna have to go start an OnlyFans where you're just making cake.
No,
I almost did that at the time, but
these
my
ideas were
job pays
originated
for
on
the okay.
ATN under my brand, so that means my Patreon now is set.
Groove cakes.
Look. I hate to tell you guys this. I know I got to put this to our last stream. I am now Sleaze, and I am now going to pimp you out to make money for my ultimate army.
Yeah, says Joe. That's why we're here. It's mind control. That's why we're here. We can't.
Sleaze has infiltrated the chat.
Said Sleaze and Hyman infiltrated this chat.
They heard us talking about him in the last stream. They're like, "Oh no, not today. We're getting in there."
Nicholas said, "I just got my check, so we good."
Like I'm in the look, Kevin. I'm always in the hot spot, dude. It doesn't. This never ends. It will never end for me. I'm always writing checks my ass can't cash, or I probably could. I gotta pay rent too. So
I never understood that because your ass isn't what actually writes or cashes a check. But you know what? That saying is it's gonna be what it is.
It is if you're talking shit.
I love how he's like, okay, Maria, you are the queen pimp. Get your money first before them. You know how it works? Look, I'm the oldest in this chat. I get to say these things. I get to say it.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
This is how Super Chat is supposed to work, right? Yes. I'm like,
Maria on that mojo. Yeah, now it's the mojo. We're in the mojo verse now.
Anybody in the Blurcade tomorrow, you need to remember this and make sure you comment on it and be like, so Super Chat is when you show me the cakes, right, Blur? I just want to see what happens.
Like I said, remember this. Remind Maria, like, Maria, is this the mojo verse again? Are you gonna kiss me?
Yes, absolutely. With Longshot and Dazzler on standby. Yes, that's exactly what's happening right now. This is what YouTube intended.
This chat is going well. This is Joe. It's because you're here. We go off the rail. This is something different.
Joe, you have brought in to be fair, Joe is the one that wanted to do the Action Comics issues 193, 192, and 993. So if you really think about this, it's not my fault.
Hey, I just put out the suggestion. You took it. So.
I mean, how could I not?
Oh man, 592, 593. I will never forget this.
Understand Super Chat the same way as us? Probably not. I'm like,
and you will never forget those books. That's the beauty of it.
I will never forget one word of it. Not one word.
Not one effing word.
Oh no, that's good. That's those are gonna be my last words on my deathbed. Actually, 592 and 593.
And Grooves is gonna be like something along the lines of "Show me the cakes." Oh Lord. Whew.
Oh God.
Well, on that note, guys, it is over an hour and a half. As much as we would love to sit here and talk about cakes and super chats for inappropriate reasons, We have to get up and get out because Maria has not had dinner, and actually I have to make dinner. It's 9:10. I normally don't eat this late, so for you guys, see what we did.
Oh yeah. Well, that's coming up on lunch here. We're gonna get some sushi.
Shut up.
Sounds nice.
he's a
oh
Japan.
yeah. Well, there's places here in Japan. You can get sushi for $1.
You get real sushi. Shut up.
Plate of sushi for $1.
That's so dope. I gotta visit Japan. I never been to Japan. I gotta go to Nihon one day.
That is so.
Come on over. I'll show you around. It's
I know.
Great. We don't ever want to leave.
I don't blame
you. I bet you don't
either. All right, guys. If it is day for you, have a good day. If it is night for you, have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Joe's Geek Show. Then we have Jet Groove. That is in the description box below. You can like or dislike or whatever this video. It's fine. I know I'm supposed to be a good YouTube content creator and beg you for that, but I don't. I never have. So, but if you need me to be that way, please like and subscribe to my channel in this video so people can find me. But more than likely they will or they won't anyway. So it's an algorithm problem. It doesn't really matter. We love being here every week. We are going to be back. I know Groove and I are definitely doing our versus, our Blue Marvel versus Icon video next week. So that is coming. This is my 4th effing stream of the day, guys, to make up for the fact that I have not been on. I am exhausted, and I have 2 for you tomorrow, potentially 3. We'll see. So we have Yashahime tomorrow, and I'm finally doing the Midnight Mass review tomorrow as well. If you don't know what that is, it's a Netflix show from the same creator who did The Haunting of Hill House, and of course we got a $10 super chat. This is for
whoa, what, he got one?
Show the neck up.
Well, hold on. I can show something for some money. Wait a minute.
And you just broke the stream.
Yes.
You have to show your neck bone now.
I'll do it again. It's all good. Look at it.
There you go. We appreciate your OnlyFans support. I am broken now. So yes, Yashahime tomorrow, Midnight Mass tomorrow. I can't even explain what Midnight Mass is anymore, but it's a Netflix show. You guys are awesome. I'm dead.
I might need to link my Instagram on the thing too, so people can be like, "Hey, I saw you on the thing. Here's $50. Can you wave your hair back and forth or something?" I don't know what I'm doing. Oh man, this has been too much fun. You know what? If people who dropped in my DMs, man, woman, and aside, because I get all types, because I am who I am. I will say this: if y'all paid me to do stuff, I might do stuff.
I mean, it's fair, yeah.
So, guys, that's what I was saying. Again, Serenity, thank you for the super chat, and Joe, thanks for allowing me to pimp you out on my channel. So, exposing your neck bone, that's awesome. We also have a link below for a show called WOS. It is Warriors of Seret. It is a motion comic series that's coming out next year. There is a YouTube page. Please subscribe. These 2 Jokers are in it. So it's pretty good. Jet has read issue 1 script. I know he liked it because he told me that in the beautiful Marco Polo. So we are hard work. We're getting ready to do our voiceovers for it now. The character designs are badass. So I'm super excited for it. And hopefully you'll be too. So please. See, I'm begging now. See, I'm doing a content creator thing. Subscribe to that channel. And again, we will be back again. I think I am actually going to start because you guys seem to like this Trash Comics. I think after Trash Comics, we need to have a little Q&A, our little talk trash, segment where we just talk about all the random nerd shit and whatever else pops into our head because you guys
could get real dirty.
And we'll probably be demonetized for this channel in 5 minutes. Anyway,
that's what Patreon is for.
That's what it's for.
Exactly. You hit up Patreon, subscribe star, do it all.
Yeah. Patreon, and then we'll take it
to
the Twitter, Discord, and everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are on there now." I love watching people wash their feet in real time. Yeah, I'm down. All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
I love that we're gonna be
Amazing.
up there with pimple poppers and washing our feet.
Get off the back of my heels there.
I'm going to eat dinner now. I love you. Have a very good night or day. We will see you later. Bye.
Stay geeky.